Hey, we're Ty and Emily with CCM Magazine and 94 FM The Fish. We are here backstage at the Dove Awards with Tedashi. Thanks for sitting down with us.
Man, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Now, is this your first time at the Dove Awards?
This is actually my third time at the Dove Awards, my second time to perform.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was it you performed at? We've been back here. We didn't get to see the stage.
You didn't get to see it? Okay, so myself, along with my label mates, I'm on a label called Reach Records. That's Lecrae, who's hosting tonight, Trip Lee, Andy Mineo, KB. We did a medley of songs, and I was able to come out with a part of that and perform. I got a chance to introduce just a sweet friend, Carrie Job, a fellow Dallas resident, and so got a chance to do that. It was amazing.
It's pretty interesting the fact that you're even here because Christian hip hop wasn't on your radar as far as what I know. You
Right.
wanted to do Christian ministry.
Right, no, not at all. When I first started doing music, it was really kind of battling with my cousins who all did mainstream secular music. And I remember the guy who led me to Christ said, "You're always rapping. Why don't you write down some stuff and talk about Jesus?" And I was like, no, that's corny. I'm not going to do that. That's not what I want to do. And honestly, it was his kind of motivation to keep going with it. And I wrote a song. It was horrible. No one liked it. I went to a little small school in Texas called Baylor University, and man, that was an opportunity for me to do a talent show. No one liked it. I got 4th out of 4. It was just bad. But what it did was bring distinction, and I knew if this music could bring distinction to my walk, it could do so to a genre, to a culture, so forth and so on. So.
You've come a long way since then. You've released 4 albums since Reach Records. And your most recent album, Below Paradise, you're really revealing a lot.
Yeah. I'm trying to do what I think is needed in the moment. For me, my moment came last year when my 1-year-old son passed away, and that was really, literally the hardest moment of my life. And I didn't want to do music and be ingenuine. I really wanted to say something that mattered. And in the moment, I learned really quickly, when you become a part of this community of suffering and loss, even though we all know what it is to suffer, that type of loss, when you become a part of that community, no one talks about it. It's very kind of private and inward. And to me, what brought great healing is when I was able to express myself. And so music was a part of that for me. And so I just started expressing myself, and before I knew it, there was an album, and people have really responded well. Right. Right.
A place in your heart that's always going to have that special place.
Yeah.
Has that helped you?
Yeah. Do you want me to take? You sure? All right. I didn't know your arm. I was like, you might be getting tired, brother. It has helped me greatly. I mean, honestly, music for me has always been therapeutic. Just as being a person who's a fan of different music and listening, and then being one who's creating the art, it's become very therapeutic for me. When I did my album Below Paradise, there was really no way to describe what I experienced for me except to say I'm below paradise. If heaven is the place where there are no more tears and there's no more sin and no more suffering, if heaven is the place where we will be able to enjoy God forever without any interruption, this place falls very short of that. And I felt the depth of that and everything that happened, and I had to express it and be honest about it, to be sincere with it and say, hey man, this is a real thing in life. When you watch the news, when you go to the store and just hear people share with you what they went through for the weekend or what's going on at home, your coworkers, I mean, so many people are telling you negative things, and we've been trained to kind of bring a positive spin to it. Like where I grew up, everybody would say, oh, it's all good. You know, and so people like you'd be like, man, I just got fired, but it's all good. You know, like, oh man, my mom's sick, but it's all good. And we want to wash over it and numb it, when in reality, we should address both. There is good and there is bad. There is hurt and there is joy, but we have to deal with it. So.
And now, obviously, through your music, you're touching people, but you also have a radio show.
Yes. So I am blessed to be able to do a radio show. People tell me that I have a radio voice. I'm grateful that they don't say you have a radio face. There's a difference, and I'm grateful for that. But in light of that, I do a radio show. It's called Serium. It's a hip-hop radio show. It airs on engineradio.com, N-G-E-N radio.com. And honestly, really, it's a joy to do it because they're a station based in Houston, which is where I grew up. But I had the opportunity to let it go, worldwide over the internet as well. And it's just been a blessing to do it. Every Saturday night at 8 p.m., people can tune in, and they can get good music, but they can hear my heart as well.
Awesome. So great to hear all that you're involved with, and thank you for being so transparent with us and sharing your story, and so great to hear the impact that that's having, not only on you, but fans as well, obviously. Tedashi, everyone, be sure to check him out, and his radio show.
Yes.